I'm Pastor Jake. We're in Mark chapter 12, verses 12 through 17 for our Bible study today. And, you know, the Pharisees and Sadducees, they always come back. Now, Jesus already made them look like fools several times, and they come for more. This time they ask him a simple question. Should we pay taxes to Caesar? Well, Jesus comes back with a simple answer. He asked them to pull out a coin. He said, look at the coin. He asked them, whose picture's on it? They say Caesar's. And he said, easy. Render it on to Caesar what is Caesar's, and what is to God, to God. You know, it's how funny how I bet you their mouths dropped. Another thing that we got to think about this is a great lesson here. You know, we're always trying to get by on somebody. You know, like when you don't put down, you made this much money to your taxes and IRS. What happens when they find out the truth? You either get a fine or jail. Something happens. But the other thing, see, Jesus could have stopped out there, but he didn't. He said, surrender to what is God's God. That's another thing we got to think about. I've heard Pastor tell me you shouldn't pay tithe. That's an Old Testament thing. Jesus paid it all. No, Jesus paid your sin offering. He paid for your sins. He didn't pay for your taxes. He didn't pay for any of that. What he did is he paid for your sins. He took it on himself through the cross. But we'll try to defraud God. We'll try to go around that. We'll try to figure out. I haven't heard these people say it so many times. They'll try to figure some way around defrauding God. And that's the problem that a lot of people are facing. You might not get it fined or jailed, but there are consequences when you defraud God. There are consequences when you decide you're going to keep your stuff. See, anything on this earth should not bother you to lose. You can lose everything on this earth, and it should not bother you because it's earthly. But we will. We'll think if we lose a dime sometimes. It just bother us. But the thing it is, it shouldn't. When we give something, it should be from the heart. It shouldn't be out of necessity. It shouldn't be out of just because we didn't want it. It should be out from the heart. Everything that you give, that's what you render unto God, is something from the heart. Because that's all God ever asked for is your heart. To be a cheerful giver, to do Him right. And that's what we need to do. So render what Caesar is Caesar's, and what God's is God.